So welcome to today's video. We are taking a look at how to mix Galaxy Violet, and that is a color I absolutely love. I use it a lot. I think there are in every brand that offers those super granulating colors, there are always colors that are exorbitantly beautiful, and the granulation and color separation effects are strong in those colors. And then you have colors that are just feel like lacking the special something. They are not having a strong granulation or don't have a color separation effect going on. And yeah, that are colors I don't buy normally and don't use a lot. But colors like Galaxy Violet I do love a lot. It is luckily also a color that is very, very easy to mix yourself. There are two pigments in this mixture. The first is a PB29, your standard ultramarine blue. I have used for the swatch here, oh, sorry for part of the lamp in the picture. Yeah, the PB29 I've used here for mixing in, for swatching in my little box, was this little half pan that was a present from my daughter last year, because she knows that ultramarine blue is my favorite color. It is Lucas 1862, which is their artist grade, but this I haven't used it a lot, so I totally forgot that this is like an close to an ultramarine finest. At least it is not granulating very strongly. It is very, very delicate in the granulation here, and that was the reason why I decided it won't work for mixing this color. So I had to choose another ultramarine blue for my mixing, which I've used the one from Core, I think. So just that you know that you really have to use an ultramarine blue that granulates mediocre to strongly if you want to mix super granulating and color separation mixes. So the second pigment we have here is the PR 233, also known as Potter's Pink. Potter's Pink is a color I think is also like an ultramarine blue, an absolute must-have if you love color separation effects and mixing super granulating and color separation mixes yourself. It is also a pigment that has a very bright wide range from color shades that it can have. The darkest one we have here, this is the version from Daniel Smith, and other brands that have a very dark version like this one is the Schmincke Horadam version, the version from Winsor Newton Professional, for example, as well as Kusakabe. Kusakabe, if you haven't seen, I have in my review playlist, the single pigment set Warm has 3 different versions of Potter's Pink. And there you can see very easily that this can have this dark earthy pink versions, but also a very delicate light rose colored versions. Also the version from, I think, Renaissance, the Polish brand, is also this very soft light rose color. They are beautiful on their own, but they are not very good for mixing colors like this, because you could probably mix it with very light colors, like for example if you have colors like a very light lemon yellow or something like that, or an very light color like an green earth, that would probably work. But colors like an ultramarine blue that are very dark, very punchy, very strong on their own, the light versions of Potter's Pink, it would totally go under in mixes with stronger colors. So for mixing, I would recommend using a brand that has a darker version, like here the Daniel Smith version, or the other dark versions I mentioned. There are definitely other brands that have dark versions as well, that are the ones I have just in mind. So that's the reason why I've mentioned those. Yeah, definitely you need a darker version. Still, with the darker versions, you need a higher amount of Potter's Pink in the mix to recreate the original, because still Potter's Pink is a color that is more delicate than others, and you always need more of the color if you want to get a really dark wash, or to have it visibly very strongly in your mix. So when you are mixing with more delicate colors like Potter's Pink, it's more like a 60-40 or 70-30 ratio, depending on what you want to achieve. Here, I would say it's more like 60-40 to maybe 65 to 35, something like that, if you want to know how high the amounts are. Of course, and that is the beautiful thing with mixing those colors yourself, is you can do whatever you want. You can change the ratios to your personal liking. Sadly, you can see it in the close-up, but also now the original one, the paper seemed to have buckled a bit while drying, so a lot of the color has gone to the left side. So the mixture is a little bit lighter than the recreation on the other side, but the ratio and the color themselves are very similar. Just the ultramarine blue from Core is a little bit different from the shade than the one peeking through in the Schmincke versions. That, of course, depending what brand you use, the results will always be a little bit different, because if you are looking at 20 different ultramarine blues next to each other, which you can, for example, see in my ultramarine blue video in the playlist Pigments and Color Families, you will see that with every color you have different shades of this color depending the brand. So your results can, of course, be different. But nevertheless, they are very beautiful. And yeah, I really hope that the video was interesting and helpful for you. Like I said, I absolutely love Galaxy Violet, and I use it a lot because I think it's just such a beautiful color. It's awesome, for example, of course, like the name says, for if you want to color something like a galaxy background, or just as a plain background by itself, it's just very, very beautiful. I do that a lot because depending on what you have in the foreground, it yeah, it just looks often so special in the background as a background color, not as plain as if you just have one color. Yeah, for that I do use it a lot, but also there are so many occasions where you can use this color. It's just an amazing color. Yeah, I definitely do love it. I absolutely would love to hear if you personally have the color, and if you do like the color, or if you would like to buy it, or if you say you still love it, but you have already mixed it yourself or will now mix it yourself. I would love to hear that from you. And as always, a thumbs up or a follow is very, very appreciated, because it helps me so much with the channel. So thank you everyone for leaving a follow, a comment, or like for my videos. I really, really hope you have enjoyed the video and have a wonderful day, and hope to see you soon in another video. Bye bye. Take good care of yourself.